Hello everyone. Next our topic is properties of lubricants. In previous topics we discussed about classification of lubricants, mechanism of lubrication, what are lubricants, what is lubrication, etc. Next last topic related to lubricants is properties of lubricants. So many properties are there for lubricants. Among that all properties in our syllabus R22 regulation, JNTUH engineering chemistry regulation, there are three properties of lubricants they specified. What are the properties of lubricants are? First one is viscosity, second one is flash point and fire point, third one is cloud point. This topic is very easy and important, very important for external point of view. Look into the properties of lubricants. First one is viscosity. Viscosity is the important property of the lubricant. It is the property of the fluid that determines the resistance to flow. If you take any liquid that having internal resistance force which is acting in opposite direction to the flow. For example, if any liquid wants to flow from this direction, if any liquid is or fluid is flowing in this direction, every flowing liquid or fluid is having internal resistance force which is acting completely in opposite direction to the flow. So that is called as resistance to flow. That property is called as viscosity. Viscosity is measured in terms of viscosity coefficient. So viscosity is measured in terms of viscosity coefficient. A good lubricant should have moderate viscosity coefficient. A lubricant is considered as a good lubricant. It should have moderate, not high, not low. It should have moderate viscosity coefficient. This is about viscosity. Next important property, second important property is flash point and fire point. Look into the notes first. A good lubricant or lubricating oil should not volatile. Volatile means the substance which can undergo evaporation easily, that is considered as volatile in nature. What they are telling? A good lubricant. A lubricant is considered as a good one. It should not be volatile. It should not undergo evaporation under working temperature. If any lubricant is undergo evaporation at working temperature, we should not consider that lubricant as a good lubricant. A lubricant is considered as a good lubricant which doesn't undergo any evaporation or which is not volatile, which should not be volatile under working temperature. So that is the point you should remember. Look into the next point. If some volatilization takes place, the vapor should not form inflammable mixture with air. For example, if that lubricant undergo any volatilization process, it should not form any inflammable mixture with air. It should not undergo any combustion process with air. Next, so it's important to note the temperature at the working at the lubricant can form inflammable vapors. We need to note that to prevent the fire hazards or to prevent the fire accident, we need to note down the temperature at where these lubricants form inflammable vapors. First point is what my lubricant is considered as a good lubricant which should not be volatile. For example, if it is volatile, we need to measure the temperature at where that lubricant form inflammable vapors. That is the point you should remember. Look into the definition of flash point, fire point. The temperature at which lubricant gives vapors which ignite for a moment. This time duration is very important. If a lubricant is ignite just for a moment is nothing but 1 second. When a tiny flame or small flame brought near to it. For example, it is the lubricant. If you place one tiny flame brought near to it, if it burns, this lubricant can burn. It is the metallic part, it is the another metallic part. In between metallic part, lubricant is there. When a flame is brought near to it, if this lubricant can burn for a second, that temperature is called as flash point, because it is giving what? It is giving just a flash. It is giving just a flash. It should not, here it is not burning for a 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 minutes, like that. Just it is giving a spark. Okay. What did they say? The temperature at which lubricant gives vapors which ignite for a moment. Here moment, which ignite for a moment. Okay. If it ignite for a moment, that is called as what? Flash point. Next, the temperature at which lubricant gives vapors. The temperature at which the lubricant gives vapor which burns continuously at least 5 seconds. If a lubricant oil can burn at least 5 seconds, the temperature is called as fire point. At working condition, we need to brought a tiny flame near to it. Whenever we place a tiny flame near to it, if that lubricant burn just for a moment or for 1 second, that temperature is called as what? Flash point. If it burn at least 5 seconds, that point is called as fire point. Look into the next important points. A good lubricant should have flash point and fire point above the working temperature at which it is to be used. That means at working temperature. A lubricant is considered as a good one. It should have flash point and fire point above the working temperature to avoid the fire accidents. Next, generally the fire point is 5 to 40% higher than flash point. Flash point is normal point. Fire point is very dangerous one. Here in flash point, that lubricant is burning for a second, but here fire point, the lubricant is burning for a second. For flash point, here burning for 5 seconds. Okay, so that fire point should be higher than flash point. Next, flash point and fire point are used to indicate the fire hazards of the petroleum product. Just now explain. Next, cloud point and pore point. It is very simple one. Cloud formation means the temperature at which cloud or haze formation we observe. Cloud or haze formation we observe in a lubricant oil, it is called as cloud point. I'll give one simple example to you. Take the coconut oil bottle which we are using in our home, which we are applying for our hair. In which season we can take out that coconut oil easily from the bottle? In summer season we can take out very easily because it is in the liquid form. Whenever the temperature, atmospheric temperature decreases, especially in the winter, it becomes solid. At that time we cannot take out that oil from the bottle very easily. Why? Because that liquid will turns into solid. During the conversion of liquid into solid, we observe there is a formation of cloud. The temperature at which cloud or haze formation we observe, the temperature is called as cloud point. What is pore point? Whenever that liquid is converted into solid, it loses its flowing nature. Okay, it loses its flowing nature or flowing character. The temperature at which oil loses its flowing nature or flow nature is known as pore point. We can determine this flow point, that means cloud point and pore point, by one simple diagram. I'll explain by using one simple diagram. Observe here, it is the cloud point pore point apparatus. In this cloud point pore point apparatus, first we are taking what? First we are taking a beaker. In that beaker, ice cubes are there. In another beaker, we are taking what? We are taking coconut oil or any lubricant oil. You should remember it is a coconut oil, because you can remember for a longer time. If you consider this lubricant oil is a coconut oil or any oil which we are using in our daily life. Okay, so here it is the lubricant oil. Here in this lubricant oil, we placed one thermometer to measure the temperature. Whenever we place this lubricant oil in ice, because we are decreasing the atmospheric temperature, whenever the temperature decreases, it will convert in the form of solid. Whenever it convert in the form of solid, during the conversion of solid into liquid into solid, we observe there is a formation of one type of cloud formation in that. Observe here like this. So here we need to take out this beaker, small beaker, and we can observe the cloud formation. The temperature at where cloud formation starts or haze formation starts, that point is called as cloud point. Whenever that lubricant oil reaches to cloud point, uh, during that continuous cooling, after some time it loses its, that means it will arrest the flowing nature. The point at where this lubricant loses its flow nature or flowing nature, that point is called as pour point. This is about cloud point and pour point. If you remember this diagram, you can understand and you can write about this cloud point and pour point in examination very easily, because this properties concept is very simple one and very important for external examination, which is repeated many times in external examination. So you must remember, don't neglect this topic, properties of lubricants topic. Next most important point related to this lubricants is cloud point temperature at which the oil seizes. So here cloud point, which point should be high, which point should be low is the very important. A good lubricant should have low cloud point and pour point below the working temperature or below the cooling temperature, so that oil cannot be freezed at the working conditions. It is the most important key point. So we can say uh, cloud point. What are the properties of good lubricants? A lubricant is considered as a good lubricant which is having moderate viscosity coefficient. This is the first important point. Next, a lubricant is considered as a good lubricant which is having high fire point and flash point. And one more important point, a lubricant is considered as a good lubricant which is having more high point. That means fire point should be higher than the flash point. Next, cloud point and pour point should be lower than the cooling temperature. These are the properties of lubricant. In this class or in this video, we discussed about properties of the lubricants, at the same time characteristics of a good lubricant. It is very important. So you should remember the points. In examination point of view, you should write the definitions properly. Next, while writing the cloud point or pour point, don't forget to draw the diagram. So this is about cloud point, pour point, flash point, fire point and viscosity. Overall, it is about the properties of lubricants.